Welcome to our behind the scenes and bonus footage video. Though I'd like you guys to watch the entire video, feel free to skip around to the content that you want to see. First, there are a few things I want to clear up. Number one, if you couldn't already tell, the video was filmed in Korea, and because of that, it means we can't get Buddy's Pizza, Giordano's, or Lou Malnati's magically teleported here. Number two, you guys have to remember, the Korean palate and the American palate are totally different. If they were the same, there'd be no point in making these videos because they'd feel the same way about the food as you do. Number three, Koreans are used to sweet pizza, so they perceive a lot of Western food in general as overly salty or greasy. There's not a single American, except maybe a vegan, who would say the New York pizza was too salty. And while New York style didn't win, you have to at least give Gino's New York pizza credit for keeping it authentic instead of Koreanizing it. The reason I chose them for this video was because every New Yorker I asked unanimously said they were the best pizza place in Seoul. Plus the owner is a New Yorker who learned how to make pizza in New York City. If you're living in Seoul and you're wondering what my top 3 places are, number 1, Gino's New York Pizza, number 2, Maddox Pizza, and number 3, Pizza Iconic. Also this time around, unlike our first video, we had somewhat of a professional set. For the barbecue video, it was literally just 2 people. My friend Michael was my assistant director and he communicated with the girls, and I was the producer, director, cameraman, sound guy, and editor. This time around I got help from 4 additional friends and we got professional lighting courtesy of LS Wave. The set was pretty chill and we were drinking beers and eating pizza. It was nice being able to work with a group of friends who all have different talents.
맨 처음 태어나서 피자 처음 먹었을 때 기억나요 혹시?
초등학교 때? 난 초등학교 때 피자핫 도미노 막 이렇게 막 나왔을 때 그때 처음 먹어봤어요. 피자 안 좋아했어요.
아 피자 별로 안 좋아했어요?
네, 그때는 안 좋아했어요. 맞아, 생소하니까.
가지나 기억이 안 나는데 순대국 피자 한 조각 이상 못 먹기 때문에 느끼해가지고 너무 느끼해가지고 익숙하지 않았으니까 정확히 기억 안 나는데 아마 피자 같은 거 학교에서 다 같이 시켜 먹었던 것 같아요.
초등학교 아니면?
초등학교 때? 그 당시에 저도 피자가 그렇게 맛있는 걸 못 느꼈어서 햄버거를 더 좋아했던 것 같아요. 차라리.
가장 좋아하는 토핑은 뭐예요? 피자 토핑?
고구마. 콤비네이션.
고구마 근데 이렇게 고구마 무스 이렇게 띠 둘로 주니까
리치골드.
응.
이렇게 할수 있어요, 한국에서.
직화불고기 그냥
새우,
불고기도 아니고
쉬림프, 파인애플.
페페로니 이런 거는 좋아해요?
좋아. 이 햄 사다 먹고 너무 짜다. 입맛에 그렇게 맞진 않아. 한국 사람은. 좀 한국 사람들은 뭐가 많이 올라가고 막 풍부해야 좀 좋아하니까.
외국 사람들이 생각했을 때 우리 한국 사람들이 먹는 토핑 중에 뭐가 이상할 것 같은지.
고구마.
고구마
무스를 왜 발라 먹냐 이렇게 얘기할 것 같아요.
감자, 꿀도 많이 먹겠다.
게살.
모르겠어 나는.
첫 데이트에서 어떤 피자를 사주는
첫
남자
데이트?
먹을 건지.
이거.
예. 뉴욕 제일 깔끔하니까.
나도 이거 시켜.
전 이거. 왜냐면 이거는 이거 이렇게 빠개가지고 이렇게 먹어야 되는데 이렇게 첫 만나면 형 안녕하세요 이러고 있어요.
이것도 마찬가지야.
어? 아니지, 이거 썰면 되잖아 이렇게.
맞아. 이거.
결혼할 사람이 피자를 엄청 싫어한다 그러면
나도 혼자 먹자고. 너는 뭐 나가서 알아서 먹고 난 피자 먹고. 피자를 싫어하면 안 되지. 편식인 거잖아, 편식.
저는 뭐 남자친구 있을 때는 피자 안 먹죠. 그럼. 피자를 좋아하는 친구를 만나서 먹고 남자친구 앞에서 안 먹을 거야.
남자친구 입맛에 맞춰서 새로운 피자를 한번 만들어 볼 것 같아요.
저도 약간 비슷하긴 한데요. 그러니까 남자친구 좋아하는 스타일의 뭐 과일이라든지 아니면 뭐 샐러드 이런 거를 같이 혼합해서 만들어서 피자를.
그래도 사랑해야죠. 한 입도 안 먹어. 난 다해주고.
Why don't Americans eat pickles with their pizza?
That kind of what kind of hell question is that? Okay, first of all, this is what it boils down to. First of all, if you eat pickles with your pizza, like you might be some kind of fucking communist or something like that, or you have some sort of deficiency. Number 2, pickles go on a few things. Not my cheeseburgers, other people's cheeseburgers. You also give pickles to like old people because old people usually want some shit that helps them piss better. That's kind of like the whole thing about corn on pizza. Like here in Korea, there's a few things that they do to pizza that most Americans might come across like the actual kitchen counter and fuck you up for. And one of them is actually putting corn on pizza. I'd rather you actually like fart on my pizza than put corn on it, all right? Another thing that they do here in Korea about pizza, they tell you it's a large pizza. Now understand Americans have an idea what large is. Usually large means something that's big enough to feed your whole family, but you yourself is gonna eat it. But then they give you something in the box which is like not enough to feed like, I don't know, like an ant farm. Like an ant farm would look at that shit and piss on it. So let it be known, all you need with pizza, according to Americans now, it's really just a few things. You need the pizza and actually a large one. Like I'm talking about some shit that's like Rob Gronkowski would look at it and maybe like back down from the challenge. 2, you need some sort of chicken, preferably fried. Last, you need something to wash it down with. Everybody knows that the only thing that you need to wash pizza down with, regardless if you're Hindu, Muslim, it doesn't, agnostic, like you might worship the great spaghetti god from the great beyond. You gotta have beer. And that's basically a pizza meal done American style. I mean, like, what kind of a question is that? It just doesn't make sense. From an American standpoint, it just doesn't make sense. Now, again, all you need with a pizza is the pizza itself, maybe some beer, I don't know, like a good football game or some shit. That's about it.
New York #1, Chicago #2, and #3 for sure.
But I'm gonna have to go with New York pizza. The style is just easier to thin. And for me, if we're gonna sit around and eat pizza, watch sports, that's what I'm gonna want to grab. The slices like that.
But for me, definitely New York, #1.
I mean, you know, because I've had it way too much, that's probably the reason why. But New York for me would be #1.
I like this one. I like the concept of like cold and hold. As a Korean, I'm Korean, so for me it's like a little salty.
Well, we grew up on this kind of saltiness.
Yeah.
Koreans is a lot different. Like
It's different salt.
yeah, their banchan is salty.
된장찌개.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say their pizza's been salty. Actually, maybe quite opposite. Very sweet. I feel like Koreans like fuse a lot of sugar sweetness into their everyday meals.
잘 먹었습니다.
시카고 갈게요. 뉴욕도 갈게요. 너무 맛있어요.
디트로이트 안 가?
디트로이트.
디트로이트, 디트로이트, 디트로이트.